enough of the serious bit. Here's the facts. Okay, so Ireland in 1975, along with the UK, had less than 10% obesity. 1975, it was less than 10% obese. 2014, Ireland is now on a par with the UK and is around 25-26% obese. And that's 2 years ago. That's the facts, guys. That's straight from the WHO data. Where's the problem there? Where's the problem? Boom. How much information do we have on health and fitness and well-being? Who has Facebook and who follows health and fitness Facebook pages? I hope you'll follow ours now. Okay, how much information do you get? Too much? Okay. What do you want all information? How do you disseminate it? You can't. Yeah. You need a laser focus. Now here's the problem. This is even bigger. In 2025, where's Ireland and the UK going to be? Nearly 38% obese. 38%. A rise of 30% from 1975 to 2025. That's what, 50 years. So the average 50-year-old in 2025 is going to be overweight. Okay, so that's me. A bit more. Here's a fact. Muscle occupies less space than fat. Now, who would like to hold the fat? Anyone? No? Does it make you uncomfortable? You want to get rid of it? Who wants to hold it? Who wants to hold the muscle? Do you want to hold the fat? Okay, that's 5 counts then. Throw the muscle right, tell it those. Now the muscle, it's half the size, weighs the same. So can you see how sometimes the scales is an absolute load of rubbish? That's the fastest way to put on weight. Go diet. Then go overeat. Have loads of stress. Skip breakfast. Skip lunch. And eat late at night. It's called the sumo wrestler's diet. They don't feed them until 10 o'clock at night. They give them the biggest meal, all the daily calories in one go. That's how you get a sumo wrestler. I guarantee most of us have done that for at least the last couple of years at some point. Who had breakfast this morning? Okay, who did not have breakfast this morning? Okay. Mark, you know breakfast this morning? She make it. Well, Mariah, what are you doing? Okay.
Here you go, Mark.
Who hasn't eaten since lunchtime?
What?
Who hasn't eaten since lunchtime? Who hasn't eaten today? You've all eaten today? One meal? Who's had one meal? Who's had two? Who's had three? Synergies members. There you go. Okay. Okay. Now, I put this up last night, and Emma, where's Emma? Yeah. Did you do chemistry or something, did you? Yeah. Excellent. So, I couldn't get wrong here on this one. I had to be right. So, here's a little thing for you guys, right? So I was teaching this about 9 years ago. I used to go into companies in London and do lunch and learns, and part of that was to tell people how to lose weight or show them how to lose weight. So I was teaching this 9 years ago. This has not changed. Unfortunately, it's a fact. Female fat cells are bigger than men. I'm sorry, it's not my fault, don't blame me. Please don't throw your chairs and get angry with me. It's not my fault. And here's the reason why. Females have more lipogenic enzymes. And lipogenic enzymes means you store fat, or it makes fat cells bigger. Allows them to get bigger. Okay, lipolytic enzymes, can you see that little bit in the end, little tiny ones? That's how much women have. Men have a little bit more. Just that here's the key, is that men have less of these ones. Sorry, apologies. Small ones, big ones, small, and big. All right? Does that make sense? So when you put a man and woman relatively on the same plan, for the same age, weight, height, etc., the only difference being with them is the man and woman. A man will always get a better result. Always. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not being sexist, but it's truth. It is the truth. What happens is that women tend to do more diets than men, traditionally. Traditionally, a female does at least 2 diets a year. So, let's just do some maths here. 40-year-old female to be dieting since the 20s, how many diets has she done? 40 diets. Yo-yo dieting, up and down, up and down, up and down. How many times has she stepped on the scales? Every day. Now, what's happened now is actually it's more common now, as I do more consultations with people coming through the doors, is more men are starting to be in the same way. More men are doing more diets. So they're now doing 2 or 3 diets a year. Some of those guys is working better because they haven't been doing it for so long. The longer you do a diet, the longer it takes you to lose the weight. Now, here's the problem, okay? Is that the more you diet, the more of the fat storage enzymes you produce. So for all your low-calorie, low-fat dieting, you actually get more fat storage. Not necessarily bigger in the scales, but bigger in your clothes. So, here's a little master. So your BMR is called your basal metabolic rate. So these guys is the rate at which your body needs a certain amount of calories just to wake up in the morning and function normally. So let's do the math. An 80 kilo person weighs 176 pounds. We had a 0. That means that they need 1,760 calories a day just to open their eyes up and function properly. Now, who thinks that's a lot of food? Okay. So the baseline in the gym is that we tell people the absolute minimum calories is how much? 1,500. Yeah. So 1,500 is the baseline. That's the absolute minimum. Anything less than that, and we just say, listen, you've got to eat more food, you've got to eat more food. The difference being is the quality of the food and the ratio between your macronutrients, which is your proteins, fats, and carbs. Okay. In 2007, the average female in England was a size 8 top and a size 12 bottom. It's now changed. So that was 9 years ago. So in 9 years, the average female has gotten bigger. They're also 10 kilos heavier. The average female in 2007 was 10 stone 9 ounces. Now she's 12 stone 4 ounces. That's the average. How do I know? I weigh people all the time. First thing you do when you come into the gym, when you come and see me, what do? Do me a little favour, kick your shoes off, just pop on those scales. Thanks very much. So I collect data. I'll be collecting data for near on 15, 16 years, particularly in weights. It's Mother Nature. It's not me. It's not my fault, honestly. It's not my fault. Mother Nature's cruelty. Mother Nature designed the female to be able to survive for 9 months. Why do you think? Why 9 months? Yeah. The male, without food, about 2 weeks. Okay, traditionally, males migrate towards protein. Traditionally. Why? It's in the genes, I think. What do they do? Okay, ready? Traditionally, females migrate towards carbohydrates. Traditionally. Post-workout, you get the hunger feeling, give me food. They'll always go for carbs. I put a piece of ciabatta and olive oil down, a bit of cheese, or a steak. Which would you go for? Steak. Okay, cool. Now, the problem is that you have an insulin response, and that insulin response turns your body into a fat storage machine. And what happens then is that increases inflammation. Inflammation increases pain, joints, swelling. You get knee pain, back pain, ankle pain, shoulder pain, butt pain, headaches, you name it. Once we reduce the inflammation down and you lose weight, lose body fat, the pain goes. You've got to control, it controls the storage of and use of fatty acids. So if you've got a lot of insulin in your body, your ability to use fatty acids is diminished. So we have to control insulin at all costs. It's the first hormone that you should ever try and, it's the only hormone actually you can control. You can't control any other hormone through diet and nutrition. It's the only one you can control. It also inhibits the breakdown of fats. So what happens then is that if you've got insulin in the body and it's shooting up and down all day long because of you're missing meals, you're missing breakfast, you're missing lunch, your blood sugar's going up and down, you're pumping insulin, then you have a big carbohydrate meal at night time, even though you went for that 5k run every day, you can't burn body fat. And this is the reason why. This is known as the Krebs cycle. So we just cut Facebook off, apparently my phone's full, so they only got half the lecture. Tough, they should be here. The Krebs cycle is basically like an engine in your body. And its mechanism is to use up energy. And it uses up energy through little cells called mitochondria. Basically, think about little short buses going around your body, pushing energy, pushing oxygen, pushing nutrients. That's the Krebs cycle. When that Krebs cycle doesn't work anymore, unfortunately, your body can't oxidize fats. And what we found is that these are the nutrients that are needed. If you're lacking in these nutrients, guys, the Krebs cycle doesn't work. So, who recognizes the bottom one? H2O, water. So I'm going to get my Krebs cycle working now. H2O, without water, the Krebs cycle doesn't work. So if you're dehydrated, you can't burn body fat. That's scientific fact, guys. And there's nothing you and I can do about it other than trying to get you to drink water. Okay, so here's a question for you. Either before you became a member in the gym, or those who are new to the club, who drinks less than a litre a day? 2 pints. Who would drink less than 2 pints a day? Or who used to? Yeah, okay, right? It's very common. We get a lot of people coming in on a consult with. They don't drink water. They think it's a foreign substance. They think tea is fluid. They think tea counts as water. It's true. Okay, so if you are dehydrated, who doesn't eat red meat? Okay, right. Who used to be a vegetarian? Who is still a vegetarian? Okay. When did you stop being a vegetarian?
Stopped?
Yeah.
About a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I was vegan actually.
Vegan?
For 2
Okay.
years, yeah.
So we actually have some vegetarians in the gym, and who actually work with a vegan, and she did lose weight. She lost 10 kilos. It just took longer. Someone who's a vegan or vegetarian will always take longer to lose weight or lose body fat because of the lack of these nutrients. That's the main reason why. Vitamins, iron. So once we get those nutrients back in the body again by taking good strong multi, or we give them extra magnesium, or we give them iron, then it all starts working a bit better. It can be done, it just takes longer. Alright? So it's really important that your protein and your meat sources are of really good quality, so we have lots of these nutrients. As far as I'm concerned, the most important one, or the second most important one, is this one here. That one, magnesium. Without magnesium, this all shuts down. So I'm going to be talking shortly about what's called the foundational 5, which is the 5 supplements that everyone should be taking, no matter where you are. And magnesium is one of them. Who's that? Dave. Dave? Okay, who can dry their hair and do Facebook at the same time? I can't. I can't multitask like that. It drives me nuts. Multitasking is the mother of all evil. Okay, so you're either a stressed out bunny or you're a zen-like bunny. I found there's no one in between. I'm a stressed out bunny. Very hyper, as some of you guys know. I can also get very dark at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm very dark at 8 o'clock at night. Sometimes they don't get anything else. Okay, so cortisol is the stress hormone. It increases with age. So the older you get, the more cortisol you produce, the more narky you get. I think it was less narky 20 years ago. Okay. It increases blood sugar. Now, where's the problem with that? When you're stressed and your blood sugar increases, what happens? Hey? What was that? Yep. What happens? You get the munchies. You want to eat food. Who's an emotional eater? You don't have to put your hand up. I'm an emotional eater. When I'm upset and get stressed, what do I eat? Chinese. Seriously. Deep fried prawns, batter, curry sauce, fried rice. When I'm stressed, that's the order. Go and ask Eternal in Sandiford. I have a witness there as well. What else does cortisol do? Breaks down muscle tissue. It's called catabolism. So when you're stressed, you will break down all the goodly mass inside you. The scales won't change, but you become a bigger version of yourself and won't realize it. You've got to control cortisol to control weight. So you've got insulin, that's the fat storage hormone. You've got cortisol that breaks down muscle tissue. Brother, sister. Who's the sister? Insulin. Who's the big brother? Cortisol. Insulin's up, big brother comes out and helps protect it. Insulin is the first hormone to be released, cortisol is always the second. Cortisol was always designed to help us in a fight or flight situation, to run away from a saber-toothed tiger. Unfortunately, we're running away from saber-toothed tigers 24/7 these days. And it has a huge, huge impact. So skipping meals, you then want Chinese, you want a high GI diet, you don't realize it, your blood sugar then crashes, you go hungry, cortisol goes up, you break down muscle tissue, and you increase fat storage. Simple as that, guys.